Hello and welcome to The Worst Movie Ever Made, an experimental movie podcast designed with one thing in mind, to find the worst movie ever made. I'm your host, Chris Ockman, joined by my co-hosts and fellow mad scientists, Rob Scucci and Bob Hassick. Hey guys, how are you and why are we doing this?
I'm not even going to do my usual bullshit because this movie pissed me off. But the bigger issue to address, Bob has only one phone call from the intense labor camp in Sri Lanka that he surfaced up in. So we got to get the show going. So let's just...
So don't kick me off.
Yeah, exactly.
He's going to be putting subliminal messages into this entire episode.
Yes.
Help me.
Battleship. Let's just... I'm at a loss for words.
Somewhere along my kid's upbringing, we got the newer version of Battleship as a gift, and this is the one version of the game based on the movie. And I never saw the movie till this week, and now I'll have to say the movie was dumber than its game.
Yeah,
in all iterations.
It's dumber just to that point. It's dumber than when Words with Friends became a popular mobile app, and then you see the Words with Friends board game at Target based on the popular mobile app.
Yeah,
not based on Scrabble.
No. Oh, that's awesome.
Awful.
Let's see what the critics have to say in our bad review segment.
Let's do it.
Pete Hammond of Box Office Magazine says, its endless parade of explosions, battles, and general mayhem makes Michael Bay seem like Ingmar Bergman in comparison with Battleship.
Ingmar Bergman. That's always good.
Nick Shager of Slant Magazine says, shamelessly Michael Bay's larger-than-life dialogue, shamelessly mimics, I should say, Michael Bay's larger-than-life dialogue, sweeping cinematography, cornball romance, and military fetishism. And then Empire says, miss. Which I felt was apt.
Okay.
You got YouTube comments?
Yeah, I got 3. One's a doozer, so I'll do the 2 short ones first. Cool. Number 1, I don't understand how and why it flopped. The visuals are outstanding. I absolutely loved it, all caps. It has the exact same Transformers, all caps, look and vibe. It's so dang good. I'll rewatch it over and over.
Wow.
Number 2, the trailer doesn't do this film justice. One of the best military films I've watched in a while. And have you ever been so mad, like at work or like in your personal life, where like you can't articulate anything? You're just like, you know, that feel. Yeah, that's what that comment did for me.
In 45 minutes.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna go up to the Angry Dome.
Yeah.
So the last comment, OMG, I love this movie so much. Definitely one of my top favorites. For 1, Rihanna is a badass in it. 2, Brooklyn Decker is more in this movie than eye candy. 3, it is original and action-packed from beginning to end. I mean, who would have thought that a movie based off Battleship, the board game, would have been so good? To be honest, what really hurt this movie was the competition. Should have released it farther away from when Avengers was released. Also, if all of you don't like it, that's fine, but no need to bash people who do. It's not a crappy movie just because you don't like it. I'll get to that in a second. Don't watch it, and certainly don't grip about it. Also, if all of you keep bashing original concept movies, then pretty soon all we are going to have is what everyone is gripping about already, like prequels, sequels, and remakes. Oh, okay, so they're saying they mean to say griping, and they're saying gripping. Got it. Then the only people to blame aren't Hollywood, but yourselves. With an F. So you can pay yourselves on the back. And to be honest, I really don't want a sequel to this. Glad they left it open for one with the cliffhanger, but this one is good enough on its own. No need to try to outdo it. And okay, there's a thing with art being subjective. I understand that. But there's certain times where if something sucks, you need to bash the shit out of it. And this is one of those movies. It's not like Bob, I'm a huge Deftones fan. You sent me that cool Deftones shirt. I wear it all the time. If someone comes up to me and says Deftones sucks, I go, I mean, I think they're great, and I think you're missing out. And that's like the extent of it. Like, if you don't like it, bash it. I don't give a shit. Like, it's not for you. No big. But this movie shouldn't be for anybody. It's not. No. Not good. So moving on.
I would wear the t-shirt, though. If somebody sent me a Battleship 2012 t-shirt, I would totally wear it.
Oh, I would too.
You guys want to do test number 1, the worst of its kind?
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
Is this film the best of the worst or the worst of its kind?
Okay, so have you seen X-Men Origins Wolverine?
No, I stopped watching after like 1.5.
Okay, fair. I liked the first 3 movies, and if you revisit them, they're all right. They're not great.
They're good movies. I like them. I'll give them that.
Yeah, but the Wolverine version was actually pretty bad. I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, listeners, but it's the one where Ryan Reynolds shows up at the very end as like the X Factor mutant thing that has all these extra powers and shit, and Wolverine has to fight him, and it's actually really lame. It's like he's Deadpool, but he isn't Deadpool, and it gets all Deadpool comes in. I don't really understand it. It's
okay.
Whole shitty universe that only got a 38 on Rotten Tomatoes, and deservedly.
Okay.
Cool. Battle Los Angeles with Aaron Eckhart.
No.
Never heard of it.
I didn't see it.
Okay, I saw it. I stopped watching halfway through because it was really. I'm an Aaron Eckhart fan. I like him in The Dark Knight, but if you've seen Thank You for Smoking, he's good in that too, and The Black Dahlia.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
So I like Eckhart, so I gave it a shot, but it was awful. No fault of his, but 37%. So sometimes bad movies carry with them really bad suggestions. But it gets a little better with Independence Day and Will Smith. He smacked in at 67% on Rotten Tomatoes with that one, which again is surprising.
It's the Forrest Gump of its own genre. It's like everybody loves it, but critics were kind of hard on it because it wasn't like because people think everything needs to be profound and like thought provoking, but like you could just have shit blow up and it's cool, and that's really, Independence Day.
Really fun movie.
Yeah,
Bob, I saw you shaking your head. You not an Independence Day guy, or are you surprised by that RT stuff?
At all. No, I was working at a video store when that came out for rental. We had to watch it a lot, and I really hate it.
Yeah, I'll do it.
All right, fair.
Yeah,
fair enough. War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise. And Dakota Fanning. Would you say that is better or worse than Independence Day in your mind, Bob, specifically because of the Independence Day?
I never watched it.
That actually sparked my love for drive-in theaters because I was on vacation when I was a kid. I was like 11 or 12 or whatever. Yeah, and we went to a drive-in, and it was that back to back with Alien versus Predator, and I thought War of the Worlds was for being a 12-year-old. I thought it was pretty good.
It got a 75. I thought that there was some real like I feel the doom kind of sense with the movie that they achieved, and that's what I've said before. But if they get you to emotionally respond the way that they want to, then that's kind of a good movie. But
was that Spielberg?
I don't know. I'd have to look that up.
I think I know it's Orson Welles, right, or like a bang homage.
Yeah, the original story. Yeah.
But I don't know who directed it. I should look into it. I didn't think it was Spielberg, but it got a 75 at any rate.
Okay, that's fair.
Which is a pretty good score, especially this week. And Pacific Rim with Charlie Day, because I just wanted to point out that he was in that. I think it's funny. It got a 72. I didn't see it, but I'm not into huge
I heard great things about it. I know Dick Masterson always talks about that movie off the cuff, he'll be talking about something completely different. It's like that scene in Pacific Rim. Is it kind of like how I do with South Park? He always goes back to that one movie.
Well, that counts as our bingo card for the week. So
yeah.
All right. As an average, we have a 57.8 then. If I didn't say Pacific Rim, we got a 72. I think I did, though. 57.8. You guys care to venture a guess for Battleship?
I'm going to go.
Why don't you go first?
I'm going to go 30 and be generous because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it was not going to dip below 30.
Okay.
I'm going to go 22.
34. I was appalled. I think this deserves a 12.
Michael Bay has a built-in 1/3 of what it should be percentage.
And this might as well be Michael Bay. Yeah, fair point.
You said Michael Bay a few times, so I thought it was Michael Bay.
No, just the actually it's funny because the critics were all comparing him to Michael Bay.
Okay, so fair assessment. All right.
Kitsch. I don't remember that. But who cares who the director was? This sucks, and he shouldn't have a job. but it was worst of its kind as well, at negative 23.8%. So
Okay.
it's bad. It's definitely bad, and that's considering that we had a 38 and a 37 go towards the average. So, maybe we should adjust for that later. Who knows? But yeah, we got our answer. Worst of its kind. And now we're going to send it over to Bob with the bot pitch. Test number 2.
The worst movie ever made presents the latest in cutting-edge artificial intelligence technology. The bot pitch.
Okay, let's see what the AI movie producers have come up with. I just brought it up for the first time since creating it, and oh goodness. And okay, I gotta stop reading ahead. All right, so the bot has come up with a pitch for the movie. You guys ready?
Yeah. Yes.
All right. The title of this movie is called The Alien Leap and the Chicken Burrito. By Professor Edward O. Vela Arcila, PhD. I swear. Okay. A chicken burrito says, "Hey, can you help us, Kiki?" with a taser and board game. The English word Kiki refers to offspring of Hawaiian descent, and so the viewer considers if this might be a Hawaiian influence, especially being told by a Japanese person related to Hawaiian words. Okay. The viewer says yes and gets put in jail for 2 weeks for not giving possible reasons for why they would be fishiness about the call. Oh goodness.
What's going on?
They bring boomers to life, Skarsgård, Japanese people from Hawaii, or a sunken boat are all possible answers. The viewer finds themselves diving in the ocean with bombs and something suddenly dropping from the air at Pearl Harbor. It's alien shoguns shooting lasers at Kiki underwater.
Wow. Okay, that was a plot.
That was some thing? That was some word salad right there. Yeah, that was the whole thing.
I'm just gonna go right ahead and say I'm not gonna make that, and that gets a 1 star.
Okay, should I answer because that was Bob's? I'm gonna answer whether or not I would make that. No, I'm not gonna make that like racist haiku that just came out of the computer.
I do have a really quick funny story. I played in the band with this guy named Kenny. You probably met him, Chris. He worked at Guitar Center for a long time. Asian guy, Kenny Kobayashi. Yeah. He worked in the drum department.
Yeah, I do know.
I played in bands with him for 7-8 years. Before he moved back to Connecticut, he went to Fayetteville, North Carolina for college.
Okay.
And he was playing in a bunch of cover bands to make some money. And Fayetteville, North Carolina, if you don't know, is a military town. It's military based. There's other commerce out there, but that's what some of the bases are. Yeah. And he's Japanese. He got the kamikaze sun silhouette, the red sun silhouette on his kick drum, and they play it out as the Pearl Harbor Bomb Squad.
Wow.
And they got kicked out of every place they played.
Ballsy. All right. Well, hey, Rob, I need a star grade from you.
He gave it 1.
Yeah, I'm not making it 1 star. Yeah.
Bob, let's go with you. What would you give?
Well, I have a hard time just discerning stars for just silliness or just or creative. I would say it's silly but not creative. It didn't really string together. I'm going to give the bot low stars in this one, 1.5.
All right, so I'll give it a 1.25 because that's the average between you two, and we'll go with that, 1.25. Sure. Let me jot that down as we throw it to test number 3, the worst dialogue. This is a doozy.
The worst movie ever made presents the worst dialogue ever made.
The badness.
Okay, I'm going to cheat a little bit. Number 10. I wanted to fit this into the pod somewhere. Would you have named the protagonist Stone Hopper?
No.
No way.
It's really bad. I mean, Hopper you can get away with. There's like Brian Hopper. Like Hopper sounds cool, but you can't do the double thing. It's like my name is Phoenix, Ashes or something. Like it just sounds bad. It sounds corny. Right off the bat. I have a lot of other dialogue, but I wanted to talk about the fact that they went with Stonehopper. Yeah. So I guess if there's nothing else to be said, I keep thinking of somebody skipping rocks on like a pond, Yeah. I shouldn't be thinking about that. I should be thinking about this badass like captain of the Navy, who he's not, right? He's not a captain. No. He's not even a captain.
Right. I'll get into that.
Not a captain.
Later. But yeah.
Yeah. I just don't understand the chain of command. But we'll keep going.
Okay.
Number 9, Nagata, who was his Japanese enemy in the soccer arena, but his eventual friend on the Navy boats.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Nagata says to him early during the soccer, disagreements, and he says, "There are 2 types of idiots, Hopper. The one that looks away, he kicks, and the one that looks away, he doesn't kick. Which idiot are you?" And then Stone says back, "I'm the idiot who kicks through your keeper's face. Get ready for overtime."
Perfect.
Super cheesy and nice and early. We actually have 4 clips for dialogue this week because I couldn't help it. Okay. You just have to hear some of this stuff for yourself. Starting with the first clip in the night, we call this one 550, 500, 5,000, 500,000.
It is the strong belief of the Chinese that what crashed into Hong Kong was some sort of communications ship.
So you're saying that a flying telephone cratered and took out 25,000 people?
What I'm saying is that our visitors seem extraordinarily concerned with establishing a line of communication home.
If they lost their communication ship, how could they do that?
The same way we did. Our communications station in Hawaii has the ability to send a message to deep space via the Landsat 7 satellite. I believe it's for that asset they've domed the islands. We're looking at an extinction-level event.
The most critical part of any military operation: establish communications, reinforcements, follow-on forces.
You're saying ET wants to phone home? That would be incredibly, incredibly bad. I mean, so far, only 5 ships have made contact. If 5 ships can do this, what do you think 50 can do, or 500, or 5,000, or 500,000?
I had to include the war room meeting because he's like, "What are you telling me? There's a giant telephone that blew up and blah blah blah."
Right, yeah.
Yeah, but the real meat is when he's like, "What do you think? If 5 ships can do this, what do you think 50 will do, or 500, or 5,000, or 500,000?" It's like, when is this gonna end?
It's the alternate ending where he's just like, or 500, 555 million for, and he's just
still going.
What if it's 50 quintillion and 200 million? Yeah. Totally ridiculous.
You could have said that's the military might of 5 ships. Imagine what would happen if there were more. That's done, finished.
Yeah, exactly. We have some catch-all stuff to do on that clip, but I don't know if you guys want to knock that out now, or do you want to get to it in a little while?
Save it for the catch-all, because I think we're gonna have a field day.
Yeah, I'm leaning that way too. It's gonna be a real doozy.
Yeah.
As is tradition, clip number or segment 7 is a clip always, and this one is called Chicken Burrito.
I want a chicken burrito.
Johnny, chicken burrito her.
It ain't happening.
Chicken burrito her.
Kitchen's closed, Hopper.
What's your name?
I'm hungry.
Is that your name? If you give me 5 minutes, I will get you your chicken burrito.
5 minutes. Starting now.
Chicken burrito time, I'm out.
Chicken burrito, roger that.
No, let's just one twist of the key and we'll be good. How are you, man? How you doing?
Burrito's right there.
It's closed.
You
Too late.
locking
Too
it?
late, bro.
Okay. It's right there.
It's too late to eat a burrito. Too many complex carbs.
Come on. That was like a 45-second clip, and they said burrito like 30 times.
Yeah. Not good.
Also, do not anytime that you use the hey, I'm blah blah blah, what's your name? And they say I'm hungry, or what have you. There's a few versions of that joke, but you just can't use it.
It only works with "and don't call me Shirley."
Yeah, that's way more clever.
It never ends with "that's not your name." No one's ever dared do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. They should. If they did that here, I might have given them some credit. The only bit that I might give them credit for is when his brother, don't remember his brother's name because he's inconsequential. It might have been a cameo, for all I know. But he's like, burrito time, Roger that. Nonchalantly. I was like, all right, that's all right. But it goes on to, this clip also has a lot of catch-all bullshit that we have to talk about, but we'll talk about it later. I'm just so tempted to dive into it now. But yeah, really, really terrible. Chicken burrito. You know why? We'll find out why later.
Yeah.
Number 6, Alex. That's okay. So that's his brother. Alex is his brother.
Yeah.
Who do I call to teach you some humility? I don't have the number. Come on. Good God. Number 5, Hopper says, I'm going to die. You're going to die. We're all going to die. Just not today.
Yeah.
And as he drops the anchor and the boat turns and they still get hit by weird canisters that blow up and stuff. But
it's just after that line of dialogue, you just need this thing to slide out. I was expecting it. It never happened.
Yeah. All right, number 4, Mick. That's the guy with the metal legs. Who's supposed to be a badass, but I hated his character for a lot of reasons. With no context, I'm not giving any context to this. It's funnier that way. Mustard is dead. Mustard got hit by a dump truck. I'm over it.
He got into an altercation with a hot dog vendor on the New York City strip.
Pushed him into a dump truck. He himself had his legs run over.
Yeah.
All right, next clip. This one's called Courage at number 3.
You ready? I'm sorry, but there's no possible way that I'm going down there. I do not possess that kind of courage.
Right now, you're going to acquire that courage, or I'm going to break my steel leg off in your ass. You feel me?
I feel you.
Go. Now.
Acquiring courage. Acquiring courage.
So, the one guy that has the piece of information that could save the day, that is, by his own right, a wiry, science kind of guy who probably lives behind a computer, you're going to threaten him. You're, threaten to beat the shit out of him because he's afraid of, something that most people would be afraid of.
Apparently.
Yeah.
By the way, that was supposed to be in bad acting. That Chris fucked up again. I fuck up every podcast at some point.
I was just following your lead because I thought there was another clip that we were supposed to be playing just then.
Let's do it. And then we won't do. So count that as bad acting, people. And then email me with your frustrations because we told you last night to make fun of us. Look at me. I'm an easy target.
You're a fuck up. Yeah. So we're doing the one about the other one about the burrito, right?
Yes, we are doing the other one about burrito.
Okay.
God damn it. I'm so mad.
I want you to know that I am in love with Sam. And I am asking your permission to marry your daughter.
No.
Thank you, sir. It's What?
No.
Sir, I saved the world.
Saving the world is one thing, Hopper. My daughter is quite another.
Yeah, but
no means no, Hopper. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm late for lunch. I think I'll have a chicken burrito.
Sir.
Come along, Hopper. We'll discuss the terms of your surrender over a meal.
Yes, sir. She told you about that.
They don't make music like that anymore, man. It's all laptops and clicks and whistles, man. And Justin Bieber's Greta Van Fleet's gonna save music. All right, go on.
Yeah. What a terrible resolution. I felt like they deflated the resolution because they realized they were at like 2 hours. So like after all the conflict, they were like, whoa, we got to shrink this in. And they pulled back the chicken burrito thing, which is why I think that they said it 30 times at clip number 2. Because
they had to nail it in. Instead of like, you know, in a good movie, they'd show like the knife or like the glass or like whatever symbolism or like the feather on the ground. They just zoom in and hold it for like 3 seconds and then make no more mention of it. And then, then later you realize it was significant. But this one, they just like chicken burrito, chicken burrito, chicken burrito, chicken burrito, chicken burrito. So fucking stupid.
Yeah, but
subtlety.
We'll discuss the terms of your surrender line also bothered me because I didn't understand how that applied to the father who's giving permission for the marriage of his daughter thing. It didn't ring true.
Yeah, it's the boomer thing where you're supposed to hate your wife.
Oh,
so,
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay, got it.
You're surrendering your life. Just surrendering your life to marriage, I guess.
Yeah.
To the anchor that will be your wife.
Yes.
Yeah,
exactly.
You know what they say? Boomers say I hate my wife. Millennials say I hate my life.
Oh my god.
That's how it's supposed to work.
Did you was that off the cuff?
No, that's a household term, man.
Dude, I thought you just came up with that.
No. I mean, I mean it sincerely, but I didn't come up with it.
I thought that was going to be like the worst movie ever made, like tagline from now on. Yeah, there's a lot of boomer stuff to talk about with this one.
Yeah.
We're going to go to the second worst exchange of dialogue or line. This is Rihanna. I don't know her character's name. Do you?
Rihanna.
Yeah, that's all I know.
Yeah.
After Hopper takes over the ship, she said, "We've ended up in a department run by some Donald Trump and Mike Tyson mutant combo." I am so mad about that at this particular moment.
Yeah.
I don't know why the guy gets mentioned in movies so often, but I wish that wasn't the case because I feel like we've done a couple. But also she delivered it very poorly, and it's bad writing because what does it mean? Yeah. Like he's aggressive, he's sexist, and he's a good fighter.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
2012. All Donald Trump did in 2012 was have a reality show and go on Twitter and say, "I don't see any skinny people drinking Diet Coke." Like he wasn't like a threat to anybody.
Right.
He did some birth certificate stuff or whatever, but he was just like a bumbling idiot who was like a TV, like a talking head.
Maybe that's what you meant. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
It just made me really mad that I had to hear his name again. Like,
yeah.
Ready to go. All right, let's throw it to our. Well, of course, after our drum roll, but our worst line of dialogue from the movie. Drum roll, please. It's just called Kiss.
Side order! Sir, are we really firing on the level?
Sure looks that way.
Holy shit! Oh, brother, somebody gonna kiss the donkey.
That's his catchphrase.
Yeah, it is. It's like winner, winner, chicken dinner or something. It really, you know what it reminded me of, Rob? I don't know if you.
What's that?
Actually, I feel like either you or Bob could pull this out of the hat. It reminded me of another nonsensical animal like phrasing from some podcast in the past.
Oh no!
Good whiskey makes Jackrabbit slap at the bear.
That's it.
Oh, that's it. That's it.
That's the one. It reminded me.
The diabetes guy. What's Wilford Brimley?
Wilford Brimley. Yep. Yes. Good wiki makes the Batman slap the bear. Yeah, on the same level, and that's never good. I mean, that was like an early '90s action Jean-Claude Van Damme movie, and they're writing as well as that team. So
yes,
it's a 2012 major production. Holy shit! Yeah, okay. Are we good here? Should we move it on to test number 4 and just keep it rocking?
Yeah, let's do it.
The worst acting.
Test number 4. The worst acting. Naturally, we'd use the Catwoman theme for this one. Yeah.
All right. I just want to say, before we get into the clips, Rihanna, whoever Mick is, and Liam Neeson all just mailed it in. Or Rihanna tried really hard and she's terrible. And Mick tried really hard, but not every guy with no legs is a good actor. I don't know.
Yeah, one person can only have so much talent, and Rihanna's got a set of pipes on her, and she knows how to sing a hook. And I don't like the music, but she's good. So, I mean, some people it doesn't translate over to Navy movies involving alien takeovers with based off a board game. Sometimes.
She does have a real nice set of pipes on her. That's for sure. I feel like Liam Neeson just took a paycheck.
Yeah.
Rihanna is just bad, period. And let's throw it to our first clip of the worst acting with Alien.
What the hell are you guys doing up here? I need you off this mountain right now.
Wait, what's going on? Why?
The island's under attack.
Attacked by who?
I don't know. People using the word alien.
Aliens?
We don't know. Whatever it is took out the Marine base, and all roads leading to this mountain have been destroyed. Cell phones, radios, internet, everything is shut down. The Navy's engaged just off of the coast.
The Navy?
I need you and your friend off of this mountain right now. Come on, let's go. Vic, leave your car here. We're gonna block the road.
Where are you going? Mick, where are you going?
I ain't never seen an alien. Have you ever seen an alien?
Mick! Oh, leave me alone.
I don't know if I should save the suspense for later in this segment, but Mick is not an actor, just so you know.
No, I figured he is probably a veteran who can move pretty well on his legs, and they thought it would be like badass to have him in the movie.
Yeah,
right. So he's not good at acting, and that makes sense.
Is the guy, and I know you don't know the answer to this. If you do, I will praise you for it. The guy who gets out of the Jeep who does have legs, and he's like, "You need to get off of the island." Like
internet, cell phone.
I'm pretty sure actor. I think the only other people that weren't actors were all of the elder veterans who we refer to as the boomers. Yeah.
They that was obvious because they're all really bad. I thought the guy that got out of the truck was kind of the highlight, but it gave you a little sense for Mick. And I haven't decided. What do you guys think? Should we play that clip again that we played before by mistake?
Courage?
Yeah, I mean that's not next, but
we'll put it on. It'll take 2 seconds. We'll put it on the queue.
Yeah, we're still playing it.
We'll just do it again so we can talk about it.
Yeah.
All right. So, but our second clip is Rihanna Rhea.
My dad said they'd come. Said it my whole life. He said we ain't alone. He said one day we'd find them, or they'd find us. You know what else he said? He said, I hope I ain't around when that day comes.
Yeah.
She's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, really terrible. That was her shot. That was her big shift. That, you know, we talked about this before, but this was like, she probably wasn't nervous because she's like super successful and really
playing arenas and stuff, you know. Like,
but whatever it was, some people just can't act. Some people can't hack it.
This is your first time as a species making contact with an alien life form. You're not a little excited or perturbed or...
And you're doing the Independence Day, to call back, the Independence Day dissection.
Yeah.
Of the alien. Right. And we're all just cool with it.
Yeah. It's like you know, picking your nails, like, you know...
Yeah, exactly.
Like, no big. It's just a dead alien corpse in front of us that has lizard eyes. Like, no big. I see this shit all the time. It's fine.
You know what my dad said? He said, like, I don't want to be here when we figure out, like, that there are aliens.
Wow.
All right, let's go into clip number 3. We will do courage again.
All right.
You ready? I'm sorry, but there's no possible way that I'm going down there. I do not possess that kind of courage.
Right now, you're going to acquire that courage, or I'm going to break my steel leg off in your ass. You feel me?
I feel you.
Go. Now.
Acquiring courage. Acquiring courage.
Woo!
So I don't think the scientist guy is particularly good, but he seems like an actor to me.
Yeah.
And Mick, like, you know, you said it, Bob, but he's just clearly not. He shouldn't be on screen. It cheapens the movie. I mean, as cheap as it was a 25-cent gumball to begin with, but it's like a really stale gumball when you have a guy like Mick delivering lines in your movie. You just shouldn't have somebody who sounds like anybody and not an actor delivering lines. It sounds horrible. And I further degrade it.
Well, here's some interesting, because this might go into options they had. Remember when they took the camera through the physical therapy center and you saw all those guys with like missing limbs and like doing their physical therapy?
Yeah.
Those were all real disabled veterans in a real disabled veterans physical therapy center. So that means they had other disabled veterans they could have cast.
Yeah.
Because they were all most likely going to the same facility, and they picked him.
Man, I wonder why. I really wonder why.
I think they probably wrote for somebody who didn't have legs and he fit the typecast and just so happened.
Oh my God.
Just so happened to be there, right? Like I don't know how they cast, but like that. Bob, you said in the past that they're very specific when like they want someone for a role. They're probably like, we want like some big, like intimidating dude who has no legs, and voila.
Well, I saw everyone else in that facility was young, and he was not. I think that's a lot of it.
That is a lot of it. He's boomer-ish.
Yeah. Boomer adjacent.
But to your point, Rob, I have something to say in a couple tests from now.
Okay.
About they wanted somebody with no legs. And we will move now to our last clip of the night. This one is Stoned.
Mildly impressive, Hopper. You ready to get your ass off that big gray monster and get out to Coronado and get your hands dirty with the big boys?
Yes, sir.
You think you got what it takes?
I hope so, sir.
Call me Hopper.
Just might be too much sleep, though, sir.
A little too much sleep for you.
Yes, sir.
We'll have to see about that.
Come on, Hopper. Go see up to the cara. You look so cute. You guys make a great couple.
Are we dating now?
You look dapper.
Hey, Navy, say Navy. Yeah, I don't like it.
Congratulations.
Thank you. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I love you.
I love you.
I'm a pretty lucky guy, you know that?
Which is why I think it's a perfect time for you to talk to my dad.
Where is it?
Right now.
I wish he was
2
right
minutes,
there. I
right
wish he
now.
was standing
Oh,
right
it's
here.
perfect, because look. Your wish came true, honey. Go get him.
Band of Horses had one hell of a run with that one song from like 2009 to 2013. It was in fucking every show and every movie.
I can't speak to that. I can't. But I trust because you are a real musician who knows his stuff. But that is true.
I know it's in How I Met Your Mother for sure. When like Ted's all upset because like he can't have sex with Robin, even though the show's about finding the mother, and all he does is talk about Robin, who's not the mother. Yeah.
I will speak to the fact that was Gilmore Girls dialogue speed 3x.
Yeah.
Again, this is the problem with like not leaving your movie any time to resolve. But all these actors had to cram in every line that they had as fast as they could, and it probably took a few takes.
Yeah. It was like when you see a commercial for financing a car and the guy's talking like APR financing.
Yes, exactly.
Unbelievable. That the guy who might not have been an actor, who was like maybe a real Marine recruiter or something. At the end, he was like, "Hey, Happy, you ready to join the big boys? Sold for $2." You know, like
yeah, exactly.
That guy sucked. And then the whole like, "Hey, let's take a picture." It happens in 30 seconds.
Yeah,
everybody being like, "Oh, let's take a picture together."
Yeah,
and then he's with his fiance to be, and he's like, "Hey, I love you. I love you too. Oh, it's good to see you. Oh, it's good to see you too. Okay, my dad's over there. Go." Like, that's the most fucking ridiculous. Like, seriously, listen to that clip back. Go ahead, click the 15-second back button. Do it like 3 times, and you'll be at the end of the clip.
For a movie where nothing fucking happens, they really try cramming the ending in there.
It's fucking unbelievable. It pissed. The whole thing pissed me off.
Yeah,
I'm trying not to get too heated.
Good stuff.
Rob, do your ad read, please. Get us out of here.
Yes. This is a good one. Today's episode of The Worst Movie Ever Made is brought to you by Fisherman's Friend's new line of schlong lozenges. Tough day at the office? Need to air out your dick hole after a long day of having it tucked away down there? Well, you're in luck because schlong lozenges are taking the world by storm. Just dissolve the tablet in a cup of room temperature water, take out your hot, sweaty penis for restorative and refreshing dip. Fisherman's Friend schlong lozenges come in the following flavors: cherry, Boston cream, and Peking duck. Sometimes you gotta press pause and dunk your balls. When the time comes, we hope you found a new fisherman's friend.
Peking duck. the visual is so perfect.
I disgust myself on my best day.
That is nasty. All right.
As you
thank
should.
for that. I'm glad to have them aboard. Let's turn to test number 5, the worst production.
The Worst Movie Ever Made presents Worst Production.
All right, we've seen this before. Okay, think back a few episodes. Avatar, the movie that would be nothing without its special effects.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so and we're apparently just supposed to accept that as a movie.
Yes.
So this movie suffers from that same exact ailment. So here's some production information for you. The original budget for this film was $150 million.
Mm-hmm.
The studio wasn't happy with the way the direction was going, so they said, "You know what? We're $30 million in. Let's dump this and just take a $30 million loss because it's just gonna get worse."
Yeah.
But the producers ultimately said, "No, studio, if we make this movie, we'll actually lose less than 30 million. We'll probably lose something, but less than 30 million." So they made the movie. Unfortunately, the budget went up to about 210 million from the original 150, and they ended up losing about 150 million total.
Oh my God.
That was the loss. They would have lost 120 million less if they just didn't make it at all. So it was at times, and I will admit this, it was pretty to look at once in a while. Like the effects were damn cool. Otherwise, a colossal disappointment, both financially and artistically.
Yeah. Wow, that's a big
loss. So what should we write? That they had a opportunity to scrap?
I guess it sounds like they made it just to not lose money. like they already in the production. They thought we're gonna be out 30 million, then we're all gonna be out of the job, and they said no, let's make it anyway because I think we'll actually recoup that. So it was really not an artistic venture. It was all business.
Can we call it pushing through the doubt?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
pushing through the doubt. I like that.
Yeah, because they're like, we shouldn't do this, and like enough people had the confidence to be like, let's fucking do it.
Yeah, I like the we should title these like biggest problem type titles for worst production.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, pushing through the doubt. Nice. Yeah, because someone doubted it and someone countered it and doubled down on that shit.
And they ought not to have. I cannot believe they lost. So what was that? 5 times as much?
Yeah, 5 times as much.
Unreal.
5 times, 50 times, 500 times, 5,000,
500,000 times.
Sold.
All right, let's throw it to test number 6, the most offensive.
Damn it! I am tired of being Santa Claus. You get your together and you get your ass in the damn car. We're going. Now, damn it. Okay.
All right.
Okay, so I have some. I forgot to do the mini game, but maybe I'll throw it together at the end. We'll see if I can manage to do that. What is this Japanese unit of the American Navy thing they've got going on? Someone explain this because I'm offended, and I'm not even sure I should be.
Is it the Japanese apologizing for Pearl Harbor, putting out a sign of good faith? Because they're a needed ally or something.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if different navies were competing in this war games thing or if it was the same navy. I don't know.
So I think they were trying to do I think, and this is just me, this might be a catch-all thing, but I think they were trying to borrow a page from the Top Gun book. Like it's like they were doing war games, and like instead of volleyball, they had the soccer. And like the shirtless dudes and stuff, and I think it was just like different divisions or sects of naval and military forces, like doing like we're gonna go out and like we're gonna release a red balloon somewhere in the Atlantic Ocean. Who could find it first with their fucking mapping and their geocaching, or like I'm really grasping at straws.
I can maybe offer some insight, and for things. Like this, where I'm wondering, like, what the purpose of having the two, because they must have had something in mind, some reason. Yeah. Later on in the movie, and this is going to kind of steal from my catch-all, but that's okay, because believe me, I have plenty.
Okay.
Later in the movie, they talk about how the Japanese were able to track us without radar. They pull up this whole buoy system, and it reminds you of Japanese-American naval conflicts that actually happened in the past, right? So that I think is the loose tie-in. We needed them to be on our side so that the Americans can learn to use the buoy system that nobody really used. But like we knew the Japanese to be tactically very smart with at least submarines, right? In actuality, so we used the Japanese in this movie to explain. How we were able to, with no radar, which that was a problem that they created for the movie.
Yeah,
we're able to use the buoys to make a grid so that it looked like the Battleship game. That's why we had a Japanese American naval operation, which is offensive to me. So I'm just gonna circle that as like big offensive.
Go ahead, Bob.
No, I was to say I don't want to speak incorrectly, but I think during that segment when he was explaining the buoy system, I swear he said Chinese, even though he's Japanese. I swear. I'm going to actually go back and watch for that clip because I swear.
No. Bob. He's talking about. Okay, save that. I will tell you what the what you're misconstruing, possibly. I don't know for sure.
Okay.
But I think I know, and it's about to come up. So.
Okay.
We'll talk about it soon.
I think I know what it is, so I won't say it.
Okay.
But it involves the whole thing with.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go on.
Okay. Number 2. Apparently, breaking and entering is really funny. Because in the beginning, when he needs a burrito, he breaks into a person's store and destroys it. And we're supposed to be like, oh, this guy's really quacky.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, he's just a lovable doofus. He's ruined a small business for a microwavable burrito that he didn't even acquire.
This guy's got to have some food tank.
Yeah.
No joke.
Let's break that down. He destroys a small business so he could potentially like get a finger in.
Admirable.
That segment of him breaking into the convenience store was based on a real viral video of the day of somebody doing almost the exact same thing.
Okay.
I thought so. In the moment, I was like, this looks like a video that I've seen.
Yeah.
So that's funny that you say that, because that was my thought.
That's the lack of originality this movie has.
Yeah. You see the kind of ceiling tiles falling in first. Yeah. Which is just like that viral video of the guy falling through the ceiling and then falling down onto there's like shuffle sauces and stuff. And like, it's kind of tick for tick. So they couldn't even do. But honestly, that's offensive. Like this person that was telling him not to eat complex carbs is now having her store robbed by the same guy that she was offering like petty advice to be funny, because they have give and take.
Yep.
Not telling the scientist that he's on the line with NASA and the Air Force is kind of fucked up.
Yeah, like you're being watched and listened to and potentially recorded, and what you say will be used against you if you fuck up at any point.
Yeah,
and you'll be in prison that no one knows about or will ever hear from you again.
He on the line, he's like, God, these aliens are more stubborn than my ex-wife. And then the guy in the war room's like, and on the line also is your ex-wife, just to let you know.
Yeah.
Hopper's full attack suicide mission.
Yeah.
He's just he's just like dooming everyone to die on the boat. Like it's pretty sure that we're all gonna die, and he's just like, let's fucking do it. Going out with a bang. Okay, Rob, you said before that they really wanted a guy with 2 metal legs.
Yes, like they want like a reverse Jax, like Mortal Kombat.
What? There is no. I was thinking of like, what's the other word in that game where you grab like Jax, but it's just Jax. There is no other word.
Yeah.
Well, here's why, and it's offensive.
Okay.
The scientist comes out of the brush and encounters Brooklyn Decker or whatever her name is, and Mick. And Mick has a gun pointed at him, and the scientist goes, "Oh shit, is he a cyborg?" And then like dives into a bush, which is very offensive. And I think that's why they wanted one guy with metal legs.
Yeah.
So they can make that really
line.
Shitty joke.
Yeah.
Look. Make okay. So at the end of the audio clip, if you go back, like if you listen to this twice, 3 times, 4 times, go ahead. I encourage it. But if you hear the end of the really bad acting alien segment where the guy from Oahu or whatever is like, Mick, leave your car on the road. It'll block anybody from coming down the road.
the road that
and
has...
then he drives off without offering the man with 2 metal legs a ride down the hill.
Yeah.
They're on a mountain.
Are you guys familiar with the Maginot Line in France?
No.
It was supposed to be an impenetrable underground military fortress, and like the blueprints are insane. Look them up on your own time. And they go down like stories, like a skyscraper's length down, and there's like everything the military needs: food, hospital, like library, lodging, all that kind of stuff. And it was supposed to be this huge like ace in the hole against Hitler's army.
Yeah.
And the Maginot Line went like it went a certain length. Hitler's army, they cut through the mountains and they just showed up behind it. They fucking wasted it. And like that's like leaving the car in the middle of a road in like Hawaii. That's the equivalent of that. Whereas like they could just like go down a little hill and like hop around it real quick. And they're supposed to be like they spent so much fucking money building this thing, and like Hitler's like, why don't we just go around it? It's fun.
It was it was another shitty setup for later when there is still a police vehicle available for them to like ram into the telecommunications or whatever.
Yeah,
there was only one left because they left it on the road and told the man with 2 metal legs that he had to hike down the mountain.
Yeah,
you're a big guy. You got this.
Yeah. Okay. Bob, this is what we were talking about. The Asian Art of War thing, like
that's what I was talking
it
about.
It was the book, The Art of War, and he was like, I read The Art of War, and he's like, that's Chinese, the Japanese guy.
Right.
Is that what you were thinking of when he was like, that's not even Japanese, it's Chinese?
That's what I was thinking of. I thought
maybe, but I feel like he said the Chinese have been doing this to you guys for years. I thought he said Chinese.
Yeah. Again, it's totally possible. I put nothing past this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They probably did.
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. It was not very... They paid no attention to detail.
No, none whatsoever. And speaking of which, we're going to get into a doozy of a catch-all now.
Okay.
Gotta catch 'em all.
Yeah, I'm going to try to skip over the stuff that we've already talked about.
All right.
Bear with me. Okay, Bob, Rob, guys, when you send out a signal, a frequency, does it maybe this is me just not being a physics genius, but doesn't a frequency go in every direction? We've been broadcasting radio signals off of Earth in every direction since the late 1800s or whatever, say, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't light?
I think so.
Doesn't light also?
I think it's multi-directional. Yeah, I think it's like a condenser microphone that picks up the whole room rather than like one of these that you have to talk into.
So my first, it does make sense, Rob. Thank you, because my first contention is the transmission beam of light and radio signal, say, that they're sending at deep space is confined somehow. It's not, there's no cable that they're sending it through. There is like the launch point is like a satellite dish. But as soon as the you see on your phone the signal that signifies how much of how strong your signal is a little like half circle encompassed by another larger half circle and another half circle above that, kind of in a rainbow pattern, signifying that it's going in every direction from the place that it was transmitted.
Yeah.
As soon as it comes out of the radio tower, as soon as it comes out of the satellite, it's going in every direction in front of it, at least. And then probably back behind it, too, because that's how the waves move. My contention is they're broadcasting this beam in a very particular, very specific direction with no way of containing it, because you would have to have already established a cable or some kind of containment mechanism to keep it in. So just the sense of them sending a signal out into deep space, as they say, is horrible bullshit science and pisses me off to no end. Therefore, yes, maybe they can send things out in this like past the speed of light with future tech, but they're doing it in every direction. Just to cap it off with a little bow tie, how lucky is it then that the beam that you sent, that is, a couple meters in diameter, happened to hit an alien planet's receiver somewhere in deep space?
It's coded to take in the same frequencies at that given time as well.
Yes, extremely lucky that they were able to receive it as well. Good point. I'm sorry to get nerdy. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe maybe somebody can email me and make fun of me because I'm a weak target. Again, come on, bring it out. But
I don't claim to know anything about waves, like wavelengths and types. I claim to know nothing about them. But the timing is just ridiculous. How unlucky were they? How about that? How unlucky were we?
Yeah.
Oh, unbelievable. But yeah, waves, I mean, you can see it on the beach. Waves are not beams. They go in every direction until they hit another wave. They span out from where they're created in a pattern that looks like the little how much of a signal do I have emblem on your phone.
Yeah.
It's just the way that your frequencies go out in every direction from its source. That's the way it goes.
Yeah.
Sorry. Very nerdy.
Annoying.
I'll have a beard trope.
Yeah.
Yeah, she says it. We have to mention it. This is a worst movie ever made. Sticking point.
Yeah.
Yes.
She comes out of the bar. She says, "I'll have a beer."
Yep. Caught it right away.
I'm gonna give you a beer. Then I'm gonna give you the first beer.
They could spend how many hundreds of thousands of dollars getting Thunderstruck, the rights to Thunderstruck by AC/DC, but they can't like drop a Budweiser in.
Yeah, they couldn't ask Rolling Rock if they wanted to be involved.
Yeah. Red Dog, even like anything.
Come on,
a Red Dog.
Red Dog.
Could you hear her? I'll have a Red Dog and a chicken burrito. Hopper would be like, hopping right over that one. Forget it.
And then she just lets out one of those,
yeah. Okay, so to the point where Hopper fell through the ceiling and onto a shelf of bottled sauces that exploded in every direction. He runs from the convenience store and has clothes that are completely clean and dry.
Yeah.
Not a drop of sauce on his outfit. Just saying. U.S. Navy soccer we talked about. They have announcers? Yeah. Is this ESPN Ocho? Yeah. What U.S. Navy soccer?
That was bad.
Okay, here's the big one, guys. Total lack of alien creativity.
Yeah. For having... The enemy could have been anything in Battleship, and they went with aliens. But we don't know what the aliens were here for. We don't know if they just... Because, like, the first thing that we did in the movie when we saw aliens was we have to attack them. So they're just retaliating. Like, you don't know if they came down here for what reason. And, like, next thing you know, you're firing your cannons at them, and they're like, oh, shit, this is a hostile environment. We need to eliminate everybody. You don't know their intention. You don't know why they're there. You don't... It's just the other, in quotes. Like, it's just the enemy that needlessly.
To that point, go ahead, Bob.
No, let's stay on this point because I feel like I'm veering.
To that point, they had like scanners in their helmets where if you're red, you're dead. If you're green, you're clean. Right?
Yeah.
That'll be our worst podcast motto going forward. If you're red, you're dead. You're green, you're clean. But that gave them a morality.
Yeah.
That made them less evil. To your point. They were like,
they were trying to fix that boiler room thing, and then like people started swatting at them like 3 or 4 times. They're like, "Dude, I'm just checking out your radiator."
Yeah, the big like Hawaiian guy. Yeah. Maybe he was just trying to get their ship back up and running, and here we are trying to like bull charge.
Yeah, actually, Chris, I was going in that exact same direction. The thing about the green is clean was very inconsistent though, because they attacked tons of people. They killed tons of people, and they had to have known when they were attacking things that weren't human that living things would die. So it's very inconsistent.
Completely.
I guess to make them evil or more evil.
Well, I brought it up because it is later on the catch-all, but I felt like that pertained to your point, Rob. Maybe they meant better than they thought, because you're right. They just immediately started firing on the aliens before they knew what they were there for.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe the dome was enough to they put a dome around the communication center. So they're clearly trying to, but maybe they're communicating like, hey, there's these bunch of like fucking morons here on this planet that need help.
Yeah.
Before they destroy our ships, we'll send out a signal to like come in and make it a paradise for them, like our home planet. But to that point, that there's a total lack of alien creativity. They have human tech. I mean, like everything that they're using is very human.
Yeah,
sure, it's like Master Chief from Halo looking. They look like half elites, half Master Chief. But they even have human teeth.
Yeah,
like they I don't know if it was Mick or if it was like the big Hawaiian lieutenant or whatever, but they punched him in the face and the alien's teeth came out. And I was like, come on, what the fuck? Like, you can't come up with anything that isn't like 2 arm, 2 leg, like very humanoid. It really bothered me how they didn't reach at all for any kind of creative everything from the tech to the look to the teeth. I was like, this is just so pathetic, I guess.
Well, the spiky goatee made me laugh.
That's
pretty good.
They're porcupines on the chin.
Well, because like you would think they're trying to say that, well, this species had evolved, so they evolved because they only need 3 fingers to grab things. They evolved their eyes, whatever. But what's the point of the spiky beard? I just don't understand. What's that protecting, or is that I don't get it. Especially if you have human teeth, you obviously eat that way. I don't know.
Yeah,
there was a big trend for uppercuts for 100,000 years. And then they just evolved the spiky chin to prevent another big guy from uppercutting them.
Scratching each other's backs. It was so strange.
It was very strange and not thought out. The pitcher at the kids' baseball game threw an obvious ball, and the umpire called it a strike. Just want to throw that out there. Total nitpick.
I caught that too. That was a good one.
We talked about it, but the alien dissection and jump scene scare was another trope. Like, while Rihanna is talking there, beating a metal door down to show how strong you are. The big metal alien beats a naval, hunkered down door in with his brute strength. They cut off the word motherfucker twice in this movie. You can do it once. I'll let you get away with that, but you can't do it twice.
Yeah, it was mother and then the cannon going on. Like that mother.
Yes. Rihanna says it too.
Yeah.
I think she even gets as far as the next, the mother F. And then it cuts off. The aliens look like lizards, so they must be sensitive to light, says the guy that looks like a knockoff Matt Damon.
Yeah, I got something about him in a second, but go on.
Just come on, you're gonna assume that they're sensitive to sunlight because you saw their eyes look like your peasant lizard's eyes.
Yeah,
that's not enough to go on, and Hopper should have been like, "Cool, we'll backlog that and consider it later." Can you go away for now? The stretchiest stretch has to be the buoy grid that we talked about before. This was their attempt to attach it to the source material, which I want to ask out loud to both of you. Is this the least to do with the source material movie you've ever seen? Because I think
World War Z.
Really?
It's close.
I mean, Battleship is like my Navy fights your Navy and we can't see each other. So if what was his name? Nagata and Hopper were opposite ends of a naval battle in the dark where the radar is off and they're kind of just shooting at each other blindly, that would have been a lot better than, there's fucking aliens with ships that also fly. Why don't they just fly? They should just fucking fly because it's a major advantage.
Yeah, that's true.
Sorry.
No, you're right.
Totally true.
These All right, the American Navy didn't realize that you could use the buoy system to track the waves made by other boats. I'm just continuing on this thought. How
sonar? Isn't that sonar?
I mean, basically.
Yeah.
Sonar, so the buoy grid shows the buoys reacting to waves. So when the Japanese ships went by those buoys, they should have been able to tell with their radar out that the buoys are moving in such a way that only a boat can do, which is what the Japanese apparently thought to do, or the Chinese, Bob, I don't know.
Yeah.
But the American Navy never thought to use the buoy system that's gridded out like that. There's no part of any ocean that's gridded out in squares like that with buoys. Every 20 meters. Give me a fucking break.
Yep.
Okay. They shot the windows out of an alien boat spaceship with just a sniper rifle, even though it just warp speeded through space.
Yeah, you think space? It's gonna hit space pebbles and shit. It's like when you're driving behind a truck and like one pebble fucks your whole windshield up.
And
yeah,
they immediately bombed them, so it didn't matter.
Yeah,
yeah, didn't matter.
It didn't even matter. Like, oh no, light! Oh Jesus Christ! But then kaboom! Like the whole Nagata and Hopper, who's a better sniper thing. I don't even know if they were like friendly at that point.
Yeah.
I just cannot describe to you how confused and befuddled I was by all of this lizard-eyed, sunlight, sensitive, windshield bullshit. Call safe light repair, safe light replace.
Yeah.
Horse crap that this movie offered me.
Yeah.
I'm really mad. I hate it. Rob, do you have anything to say? Do you want to just say the thing so that I can stop talking for a minute?
Yeah, I have two things. There's one trope that is actually an okay trope if used right. I'm talking about for a topical version of it, season 1, Stranger Things. Hopper. He's a cop. You don't know his full backstory, but you find out his daughter died. His wife's no longer in the picture. He's like kind of on his own, but he's very competent. He knows what he's doing. He can take control of a situation. He's a skilled officer. Another example would be Brad Pitt in Troy, playing Achilles. He's passed out drunk next to like a prostitute, and there's a cyclops that comes into their camp, and like they wake him up, and he's not mad that there's a cyclops. He's mad they woke him up. He gets up, he jumps up, he expertly kills the cyclops by stabbing it in the neck once, and he's like, "Fuck this," and he goes back to his tent and goes back to sleep. The final example.
That guy's name was. No, I'm not going to get it. God damn it. Last time we talked about Troy, I was like, I'm definitely going to think of that guy's name next time.
But where I'm going with this, and another one's like House. He's like a disgraced doctor, but like he's always right. He's always competent. He's skilled. Yeah. With Stone Hopper, they keep talking about how like he's is it you're so skilled. You're such a waste of potential, and like he can't steal a burrito. He sucks at soccer, and he's so like they're doing the telling but not showing. He could have been a Hopper or an Achilles or a House, whereas like Harold and Kumar, he's like he was a skilled surgeon. He proved himself to be a fucking surgeon when they were like running from the cops with their weed or whatever. And he never demonstrated that until like the second or third act where he had to take command of the ships. But it's like you could have showed like a high level of competence, but him not giving a shit. And
because Liam Neeson, like at the end of the first act, maybe the start of the second, is like, you have so much potential, but you waste it, whatever. And you as a viewer, like, how do we know he has any potential?
Yeah, because we just see him fuck up continually. The other thing, the Wish.com Matt Damon, around the same time, 2012, 2013, he played a character named Todd on Breaking Bad.
Okay.
And it's one of the most terrifying fucking characters on like primetime television. He's loyal to like his skinhead uncles who are like peddling meth after Walt moves on to like a new cartel, and he's blindly and blindly and very faithfully follows everything his uncles say. Like if somebody saw something happen, he'll take care of it. And like he's very soft spoken. He's very sweet. He's very like nice and caring. He kidnaps Pinkman for a while, and like he brings him McDonald's and stuff. But like a little kid saw like the heist where they were stealing like methylamine from a train. Yeah. And the kid was just collecting spiders. He was trying to like hunt spiders. And Todd just like very quietly like just raises a gun and shoots him in the fucking head. Like and he's like and then like in the next scene they're sitting at the diner. And like so like I don't know what he did. Like I don't know how he leveled up for Breaking Bad. But he it wasn't it in Battleship. But he's a look up, just Google Todd from Breaking Bad and like watch a YouTube compilation. He's like great acting, like really great acting.
By the way, his name is Bo Agrius. It just came
on that name. Yep.
Bo Agrius. No, the Cyclops character.
Oh, got it. Okay, cool.
I knew it would come to me if I tried hard enough. Which means I listened to every word you just said.
Nice. That's all of my catch-all pieces, though. Just the the bad trope with the way talented for his own good, and then Todd's actually pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's a super trope. Nagata and Hopper climb vertically up the ship with nothing to hold on to.
Yeah.
It's vertical.
That was insanity.
Yeah.
Can you believe that shit? They were just climbing up it like they were Ivan Drago in Rocky 4. Only the incline isn't at 10; it's at like 90 degrees. It's like what the fuck? And they're just casually strolling. How do they know how long it will take for the aliens to send the signal home?
Yeah.
Sure, they're using your communication satellite, but maybe they have all sorts of alien tech you don't know about.
Yeah, good point.
I thought when they go back to the Missouri, the like battleship.
Yeah.
And there's all these like pro old hopper men, boomer men rather, like just displayed on all these different spots in the boat, like they're watching them. Oh my god, thought that was really funny. Why, like do you really watch the museum, the Missouri battleship boat like that all day long, or did you see them coming and you were like, "Pier post," you know, like.
Well, there was a timeline issue there too. Did you hear what they said about how long the Missouri had been out of commission? They said 70 years.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
70. So those guys were maybe 70. So
how would they know how to operate?
How would they know how to operate that? That's bullshit.
Okay.
They weren't around for World War II.
On that note, lightning round catch-all right here.
Okay.
On the subject. Do these old men know where they were going? Do they know what they're doing? Do they have families? Do they have to be reactivated? Do they have to have permission to commandeer the battleship? Why does the museum boat have a full stock of live ammunition? Why does the battleship have a full stock of fuel? Food? Ah!
Yeah. They're all very valid points, Chris.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Thunderstruck is not enough. It's not cool enough, I should say, to make the montage any less cheesy than it is.
No.
Yeah.
It's just not. Okay, so why did the aliens have teeth? What happened with Mitch and the alien? Because they're like in a fucking life or death fight, and then it just cuts away like there was a scene that we just had edited away. Yeah. Do you know how Mitch killed the alien, or did he? Or did they just agree to not fight anymore? What the fuck happened there?
Yeah.
Heck yeah, I thought about that.
Don't all the aliens know where the Pioneer aliens went? Wouldn't they send more communications? Wouldn't they send more troops if the communications died off? Yeah. You send your Pioneers to the planet, and then your communication ship is cut off. Wouldn't you send more troops anyway? Don't like you know what they are?
500,000 more. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the end of that. They fought off the first battalion. Earth was doomed at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No shit.
I'm done. If you guys want to add anything else, I'm finally fucking done with that catch-all. I'm sorry. It was just so much. No. It was such a stupid movie. I hated this movie so much.
I think we're ready for fact or no fact, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it.
So.
The worst movie ever made presents Fact or No Fact.
All right, this episode of Battle Shit is all about Rihanna.
All right.
Because I like Rihanna, but I don't like Rihanna as an actor. Okay, so first thing out of the 5 things that may or may not be true is I'm gonna say Rihanna was not happy with the result of this movie and asked for only her birth name to be in the credits, but they rejected her. They declined.
Wow.
Okay. Rihanna was cast as Sam, the romantic lead. You know, Sam, the one that Brooklyn Decker played.
Yeah.
But she was recast because she couldn't memorize the lines.
Possible.
All right. Rihanna was nominated for a Razzie Award, which is the what do they call that? The Golden Raspberries for worst supporting actress, but she lost to Brooklyn Decker, who played Sam.
Okay.
Okay. Rihanna was cast for this role after the director saw her in an interview about her abusive relationship with Chris Brown.
Okay.
And the last one, Rihanna was cast because her music contract states that she can act in any movie her music is used in.
Okay.
Those are my 5.
Okay, so
all about Rihanna. Go for it.
I'm gonna knock off the Chris Brown interview because like it's too funny to be true. So I'm gonna get rid of that. I'm gonna knock off the cast as Sam one because she couldn't memorize her lines because I think she's in show business and she's been in the show business for long enough. Like she's got to memorize lyrics and probably what other things she does. So I think she's competent in that regard, whether it's acting or music. I think when you have like, you may not have like the actual oomph to be an actor, but I think she has the capacity to like memorize shit. Not happy with the results of the movie Ask for Birth Name. I think if she really wanted to have a different name in the credits, because Rihanna's a stage name, I'm assuming, right? Not like her real name. I think they'd honor that. I mean, then it would confuse people, but they put 2 and 2 together. Cast because her music contract sales. I want to say, was Rihanna music in this? I didn't read the soundtrack. I'm just going to knock that one off. I think she was nominated for the Razzie and she lost to Brooklyn Decker. And I think that's the funniest one, and I hope it's true.
That is the funniest one. I agree. I'm knocking out the interview with Chris Brown because they would never admit that that's why they cast her. The act in any movie that her soundtrack is in, like she has those rights anyway. I feel like. So the Razzie thing, I think that her role, I need to know what the Razzie was for. Like worst music.
It was worst supporting actress.
Yeah, that's decent. Okay, that makes me. I guess Sam was also a supporting actress. Like she wasn't a lead, so that makes it difficult. Being cast as Sam and not being able to remember her lines is possible because I feel like they would want Rihanna to be front and center. And then like the only reason that she was denigrated to this cast member who doesn't actually, you can do with or without, really. Like you don't have to have a whatever Rihanna was called in the movie, but they gave her that because they didn't feel like she was Sam enough. So I'm feeling good about that one.
I want to tell you something that might help you too. I think Rihanna's character as is had more lines than Sam.
That might have been.
So if you couldn't memorize it, why would they give her more?
Are you trying to help me or hurt me?
I was trying to help you. I just thought about it just now, but I'm just saying.
It's all love right. Here. All love.
I'm getting rid of the Razzie, so I'm between not happy with her, the movie, so she gave the option to do the birth name. I like that, but I feel like any PR. I'm going. She was cast as Sam and couldn't do it.
All right, so let's go through them. If Rihanna's music was in this movie, I don't know about it. I made that up. Okay. So there's no contract about anything about that. Okay. Rihanna is, as far as I could tell, that is her middle name. But there was nothing about her name in the credits. That was all made up as well. Okay. I'm trying to think what you guys pick now. Okay.
Rob went with the Razzie.
Rihanna was originally cast as the part she played. She never was cast as Sam. I made that up as well.
Damn it.
I made that up. Now,
finger guns.
The Razzie Award. There's some truth to this. Her and Brooklyn Decker were both nominated. However, Rihanna won as worst supporting actress.
Okay. Wow.
It was that was very close to being true. They were both nominated. So 2 nominations from the same shit movie made the Razzies. So yes, the director saw her navigate a very complex interview. And this, by the way, is her first movie. I don't know if you guys knew that.
I did know that.
It's obvious.
She was not an actress. She was just plucked from Barbados or wherever she's from, like a couple of years before this movie came out, like 3 or 4 years. And they said he saw her in this interview and said, hey, if she can navigate this very complex and difficult interview, I think she could act. That was what the director actually said. And he cast her, and she wasn't even an actress. And they said, sure, exposure.
Rob, we need to do better. It's still 2-1 me. after like
no.
6 spots.
Do we need to do better, or does Bob need to do worse? I think we're doing our
This
best.
is the
man.
worst movie ever made. He needs to do worse.
I'll do worse.
Okay.
No, Bob, you're killing it. I'm thoroughly enjoying this. You're doing a great job.
Fuck.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's crazy. I did not think that an interview espousing her difficulties with her abusive guy would be the reason that they. But yeah, I get it now because she did a great job navigating, like you said. It's
Handling the media, yeah. So that makes sense.
It was hard. It was hard finding a good fact for the pod because I'll say 90 to 95% of the facts that I could find all had to do with military operations and how much research they did. They did so much research in the military.
All right.
To be accurate with military stuff, and it didn't even pay off. It was the worst.
Doesn't matter because they're battling aliens.
Yeah,
exactly.
From space.
It mattered not at all. Like a lot of the things they used were real, like the boats and the aircraft carriers, all that shit. But who cares?
Yeah, not me. Let's toss it to Rob's alternate ending.
Or you can do this, or you can do that, or you can do this, or you can do that, or you can do this, or you can do that. Just pick one.
The aliens only came down in the first place because Thunderstruck has been broadcasting to their planet for 40 years. They find AC/DC, kill them, and leave peacefully with the master recordings of their entire catalog before throwing them into a black hole on the way home. 5 stars.
Awesome. Okay. Bad credit names.
George Boner.
Here we go. There's a number, so I'm going to go through them quick.
All right.
0 Kazama.
Okay.
Don Seltzer.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
David Hammer.
All right. That's good.
Chris Fan Guy.
Okay.
Huh.
Adam Godley.
Okay.
Ooh.
Lloyd Pitts.
That's my favorite so far.
Gary Toy.
Oh.
Okay.
Jerry Sample.
Jerry Sample.
Oh.
Okay.
Vicky D. Rock.
Okay.
Kind of cool. Jupe Katana.
Okay.
Joop. Jupe.
Jupe.
Wow.
Branch Brunson.
Okay.
Brandon Aftergood. There's not much there. Racer Moody.
Okay.
Okay.
Return customer, but I left him until late. Bill Stinchcomb.
Okay.
I can't help it. Why is that funny? Stinchcomb.
Yeah. It's got all like the cool syllables that we like, I guess.
The last one. Hamish Linklater.
Linklaters?
Linklater. Hamish Linklater.
Okay. That wins. I agree.
I enjoyed that list. There were quite a few, and I felt like most of them were really good.
Yeah.
Let's compare the movies, guys.
Sure.
Okay. I'm going to try to like half-assedly throw in a mini game for the most offensive, but we'll see how they go. We'll see how quick on my feet I am after 4 beers.
All right.
Okay. Gotti, worst of its kind, 63 in the negative, worst of its kind. Battleship, 23.8. That's also negative and worst of its kind. So we got to go Gotti here.
Yep.
What did Gotti come in with on the? It had a 2-star. Okay,
I think we wouldn't make either, but I think Gotti got a better star.
Gotti did get a better. So Battleship wins that one.
All right.
2 stars to 1.25. Dialogue. What was worse?
This.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna go with Battleship.
Wow. Okay. It doesn't matter what I think. Do you want to hear what I think?
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay, cool.
All right. Acting, was it worse for Gotti or Battleship?
Gotti was worse.
I agree. I think Gotti was less realistic. He's rushed 20-day production worse than Pushing Through the Doubt.
Ooh.
I think Pushing Through the Doubt's worse because at least with a rush production, you're only going to have a movie that's an hour and a half long. When you push through the doubt, it's going to be 2 hours and 20 fucking minutes or whatever.
It was 5 times as expensive for the studio. I'm going Pushing Through the Doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Gotti, they're like, we want to tell his story. We really want people to know his story. The other thing is like, we don't have a story. We're just going to make some shit up as we go along.
Yeah.
True. All right. I mean, I don't even feel like we actually really need the minigame. John Gotti was talking about how much he suffered from his son's loss by talking about the fact that he didn't have any hair on his penis. What's gonna be worse than that? The Art of War confusion?
Calling a crippled black guy a cyborg?
Or making him walk down a mountain?
Making him walk down a mountain. Oh my god, these are both good.
I think the mountain thing, the copper's like, all right, well, we're gonna leave a car here. You can't use it, but also fuck you. We're leaving.
Okay. And the fact that the guy we're supposed to be rooting for confused Chinese for Japanese, which is something we know both parties really hate. So I will go with Battleship.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, because mobsters are kind of crude dudes. Like they speak like that. Whereas like these are like Navy men. Like they're supposed to be like distinguished military guys, and they're still like fucking up real bad.
Real bad. Agreed. Okay, so even if Gotti wins the demerits category, I'm wondering if you guys have any demerits for Battleship beyond what we've discussed. Let's give it to Gotti.
Yeah. The only thing on Battle is the fucking music, but like it's Boomer. Maybe it's like it's not offensive or a demerit. It's just sad.
I still think the fact that Gotti was super boring and got a 0 on Rotten Tomatoes is a bigger demerit.
Yeah, that's high praise or low praise, depending on how you want to look at it.
All right, so we're gonna give the victory to Battleship at a very close 4-3.
Okay.
How about that? You guys feel like Battleship was worse than Gotti?
Yeah, because
I think so, actually.
Even if they were both equally bad, Gotti's shorter. There's less of it to watch, and that's in Gotti's favor.
Yeah, Battleship was endless. Battleship was so endless. I never thought it would end.
I watched it in 3 installments.
I watched it in one sitting.
Oh,
sober.
I don't envy you. Well, get used to it because you're gonna have to do Cat in the Hat at some point. So.
Yeah.
All right. So here's what we're doing. We did the poll, guys, for next week, and your voices spoke loudly. Well, you're as divided as this country right now because we had an even score of like 40 for Cyborg and 40 for Phantom Menace in the quick poll that we did. So 80 of you, 90 of you, something like that, responded in our quick one, and thank you for that. Email us, make fun of me. I'm a weak target. Cyborg and Phantom Menace will both be featured starting with next week. Cyborg, we will do next week for you guys who voted for Cyborg, and because just as many of you wanted to watch Phantom Menace, we will do that the week following.
Yeah.
You are welcome. Check out our website. Rob, why don't you hit him up with that info?
theworstmovieevermade.com. You can find all our streaming and our socials and all that goodies. And there's also the thing to email us. We're at the bottom of the barrel with shitty movies, guys. We need some suggestions. So we will make things worse if we don't get some suggestions. So
hey, Bob, I wanted to give you a chance for an outro here. Is there anything you want to say to the listeners? Because I feel like Rob and I just like cut it off every week.
No, I only wanted to suggest the socials because we have a new video out that includes some of the worst dialogue, some of the worst acting, some of the music. It's got everything.
Yeah, it does. On our Instagram Reels and our TikTok. And maybe
Bob's a pro too. Yeah, Bob's a pro with the editing the videos. Like he has this whole When You Think in Movie Scenes site that's independent from this podcast where he, break down movie scenes or you relate them to real life things. That's my dumb way of describing it succinctly. But you're also doing the videos for our socials, and I suck at editing videos. And the my personal favorite has to be this new one with the boomers.
It's so funny.
Voiceover.
You got to check it out.
I was so excited. As soon as I watched the movie and it ended, I'm like, I know what I'm doing. As soon as I heard that song. What was the song? It came on one of your clips. It was the CCR song.
Yeah.
Fortunate Son.
Yes. Yeah, because that has to be in every military movie ever made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I want to say, look toward our YouTube channel coming, not now, but in the near future. I feel like that's more accessible than TikTok and Instagram.
Yes. We will be. I'm kind of rejiggering my system here so we could capture the videos from the show, and eventually full episodes once we get enough bandwidth. But we will be doing clips from the show, like 2-minute long clips. The prime nugs, the bait and the reel. So check it out soon, guys.
Bye.
Bye.